All right, so we're going to move on to our last segment of the show, and we're going to talk about Strange Darling. This is it's available to stream for rent or purchase. I actually bought it on Fandango at home for $10. I mean, I was like, hey, I'm going to rent this for $5.99. I might as well just buy it, extra $4 and buy it and have it. I ended up watching this. It might be my favorite movie of the year. And
is that going to be out Long Legs?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I enjoy this way better than Long Legs. I mean, Long Legs was good, but it had a weird vibe to it. And I just thought this was so well done. And I loved everything about it. At first, I was a little how do I say this? It jumps around a bit.
It's non-linear chapters.
Yeah. So it starts out on like chapter 5. Then you go back to chapter 3. Then you're in chapter 4, and then it just bounces. And normally I love that like Tarantino, jumping around kind of style. But I was like, something just isn't right here. And then when the twist of the movie hit, I just appreciated everything that they put in front of me. And man, we talk about people that star in horror movies getting snubbed for awards. This chick, Willa Fitzgerald, that stars in, she's the main character. She deserves to be up for any can be put up for this. That was probably one of the best performances of the year, I think.
Known as the lady.
Yeah, the lady. So here's the synopsis for it, but nothing is what it seems when a twisted one-night stand spirals into a serial killer's vicious murder spree. And you have no idea what's kind of going on. You just see this girl getting chased, and it's obviously they try to do a good job of getting you to judge the characters, so to speak. And this guy's driving a big ass truck, and you immediately think he's a dickhead because of the big truck. And he's got his like aviator shooting sunglasses on, and the opening scene, he chases her down on the road, and then he stops and shoots and makes her crash. And from there, they're like running, back and forth, through the woods or whatever. But man, just from start to finish, I was just entranced in this movie. Like I was dialed in. And how many times have we said this? Like, if you can keep me off my phone, you have succeeded in making a good movie.
Right.
And it just kept my attention from the beginning to the end. I mean, mainly the first half, you're trying to figure out what's going on here. Is this guy, really is he the problem here? Or, what is going on? Are they playing a game, or is she this person? Like, you have no idea what's going on. But man, what an excellent, I just thought it was excellent storytelling. And I don't know how much I can say about it. It's not gory or anything like that, but man, what a good story. What a great way to tell a story. What do you think?
So
he's just staring at me.
I'm listening to you.
Let me throw it to you, Rob.
And I'm like, giving him the cue, like, come on, step in here, buddy.
So like Rob's the guy, like you try to give him the alley oop and he just watches the ball. Like,
oh, was that towards me? I'm sorry. So I was a little nervous too when it's 6 chapters and it's non-linear. So I was kind of like, well, I don't know how well I'm going to like it, because I typically don't unless it's like Quentin Tarantino, because I just prefer that style. But I was very surprised that I liked it as much as I did. Kyle Gallner, I think he's pronounced. He's phenomenal. He's always phenomenal, whatever he's playing. That girl, Willa Fitzgerald, fantastic. Yeah, I was surprised with the twist to the movie.
The twist was good.
I think that's how twist work, Rob. You're supposed to be surprised.
Yeah, well,
and it's funny. I've talked to a couple people that I'm like, you've got to watch this. It's my favorite movie of the year. I want to hear your opinion. And Muzz was like, I saw the twist right from the beginning. I'm like, oh, come on.
I do. It's like that old IT Crowd episode where the guy tells him, who's like, now that you've told me there's a twist, I'm going to be thinking about the twist. He's going to just take me over. And I've heard it too. I've heard a lot of people. I still haven't. It's on my list, but I definitely heard people say it's hard to talk about without giving some of the twist away.
Yeah, and I mean, I've probably already said way too much, but there is like the first half of the movie. You're trying to figure out what the on, and you're trying to sort out the chaos that's being displayed in front of you.
Well, I thought it was going to go one way, and then it does the twist to it.
Yeah.
What I was actually kind of surprised. I think it's like there's this, I forget what chapter, but you're like, oh, okay. So I don't know what's going to happen with this now.
Yeah. There's one chapter where you see like their date, and you're just like, these are two crazy people. I mean, they're just out there. At first you're like, they're into some freaky stuff. And then you're like, and then you're like, there's a scene and you're just like, oh, okay. So it really is this way. And then 5 minutes later, you're like, oh no, it's not that way.
That's exactly what
it's not that way. And I just thought it was great because they kept giving you a little bit and then taking it back.
Yeah.
And then when they reveal it, there's a couple things where you're like, what is going on here? Why is this there?
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh shit, this is what's going on here.
Right.
But phenomenal movie. Like I said, it's probably my favorite of the year. And that's saying something because we've had Long Legs, we've had what was the female bodybuilder?
Love Lies Bleeding.
Love Lies Bleeding. I think this, for me, this just barely edges out Love Lies Bleeding. And I loved Love Lies Bleeding, but
neither of you have yet to watch Snack Shack.
Snack Shack.
Oh, that's on my list.
What is that?
I forget it.
So it's the one about the
It's like in the 90s, is it?
yeah,
90s?
it's like set in the 90s. It's a coming of age tale about two boys who run the Snack Shack at the local swimming pool.
Oh,
It's on Amazon Prime. It's
you
great.
watched it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I've always forget to watch that. It's on there.
But yeah, so obviously I'm partial to this movie. Like the ending I thought was so beautiful. Like the way they did it, and
I kind of laughed at the part of it, and then
they do, like, just the way the cinematography is at the end. Yes, I said cinematography. But yeah, I just thought the way they ended it, and you see what the character's going through, and then they also demonstrate it through the cinematography at the end. I just thought it was beautiful.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is cinema right here. Like that's the
Cinema.
thought that's the thought I had when this movie was in.
This is cinema.
I was like, this is cinema. But I wish I would have went into the movies and seen this just to get that full.
I don't think it was out too long.
No,
I feel like it wasn't really pushed either.
No,
Yeah.
it wasn't. But yeah, if I'm highly recommending it, like as you can see, it's a 3.5 average on Letterboxd, so you're getting a above average movie.
Yeah, I give it 4. I
And
know you get 5, but
you may not like it on the level that I did because there was all these other things that really I experienced through the movie and with the sights, the sounds, and I don't know if other
the turns,
the twists, the turns. I was all over the place.
ups and downs.
But I think you'll enjoy it, and it may not be your favorite movie of the year like me, but I guarantee you'll enjoy it. So definitely a fun flick. And as you can see here, lots of this is what I'm talking about. Real Takes gave this a 2.
Really?
I remember hearing him talk about it. He was like, this is a complete pile of shit. He's tough, man.
He's a picky man sometimes.
Yeah, he's tough. Look, Monster Popcorn gave it 4. This chick Katie, she's another TikToker. She gave it 3. Got a 3.5 here, a 4. There's another 4. Robzilla gave it 4. 3. Oh, Film Diva gave it 4. I do enjoy her her TikTok. She's very cool. Let's see here. Oh, this guy's another TikToker, but he gave it 4 too. But yeah, if anything, it's a really, really solid movie. And if you like horror and you like that constant adrenaline rush and the Tarantino style of back and forth, you're gonna love this movie. So that is my so to speak recommendation of the week for you.
But they're gonna put that on the poster. Cinema.